How's it going, everyone? Welcome to an ARK bonus, and today we are floating in the air. Yeah, because we are going to be talking about the 3 caves and 3 artifacts necessary on Aberration. So before we get started, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. Now, the first artifact we're going to be discussing is the artifact of the depths. And the cave location is here at 48.3, 27.3. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to add that waypoint. Depths cave. And go a little dark green because the artifact is a bit dark green. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So, for this cave, you're gonna just come in here and we're gonna see how much it's changed. So you're definitely gonna need a crab pod if you're bringing a creature in here. Now, in the past, I would bring a Ravager because Ravagers were pretty good at taking out all the nasty stuff that spawned in this cave. You'll get, in ASE, you would get Raptors, you would get Ravagers. You do have crabs at the bottom of these waterfalls, usually. Now, oh, not gonna grab that. Save that for when we actually run the cave. Gonna sneak through here. Go around. Down here. Yeah. So see, this is what they have set up if you do fall. Because what you're supposed to do is actually go through here to the right. You go that way, that is just meant for if you fall down there, which there's usually a crab down there. Now, in order to get through this cave, you are going to need zip lines. So you do need a Ravager as your mount. So you zip line to this part, you zip line to this part, and look, you have Carnos, you have Scorpions, you have Seekers, a lot of nasty stuff. Luckily it's stuck in the mesh, but then again, like I said, I have enemy invisible on, and then you come through in here, and apparently the artifact is in here somewhere, just around the corner. This path looks new. Yeah. So you come down here. And there's the artifact right up there. Now down here, they're usually Carcanos. So you need to be ready for that. So I would bring, and you do have Ravagers in this cave that do spawn in, so you do need to be cautious of that. But you can come in this way, come over like this, over like this, and bam, artifact of the depths. And the cave loot is usually on the other side, if it's the same way they had it on Yeah, see. Yeah. You would have cave loot around here. Again, bad stuff in here as well. And then you just follow these little things in the wall. They will eventually lead you back to where you came. See? In a big circle. So, yeah. They lead you all the way in a big circle. So, this is where the artifact was. And we're just gonna, since I'm flying, I'm just gonna fly straight out of here. The reason I'm going slow is because I don't want the game to crash, because rendering issues are a thing in ARK. So far, I've never had any issues on Aberration, and I've heard a lot of people have, but I have not. But yeah, that is the Cave of the Depths. Pretty easy. This is the easiest of the caves. And they only get harder and harder. This cave, from a scale from 1 to 10, when rating how easy or difficult it is, I would... And then, of course, you have a pack of raptors waiting for you once you come outside. Yeah, poor horse. I would give this cave, difficulty-wise, probably a 5 out of 10. Simply because you do need zip lines, and the fact that crabs do spawn in there. They spawned in there in ASE. They may not spawn in there in ASA. But the fact that you do need zip lines, and you unlock zip lines at what level? 31. Yeah. And 54. Might as well go ahead and unlock those. But if you're running that cave on a Ravager, Ravagers can walk the zipline just fine. So, yeah, once you have a Ravager, I would bring a backup Ravager just to be safe. But once you have a Ravager, that cave shouldn't be too difficult. Shoulder pad wise, definitely bring an otter so you can carry multiple artifacts. But yeah, with that being said, and I'm sorry my throat's kind of congested today. Sorry, I'm kind of congested today. With that being said, let's move on to our next cave. Alright, so the next cave is an underwater cave in the bioluminescence zone. It's the Shadows Cave, Cave of the Shadows, with the artifact of the Shadows, at 55.2, 65.6. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see those coordinates. And yeah, it is a major step up from the last one. That loot? Okay, I'm gonna grab that loot. And since... Yeah, I'm a sucker for loot. Okay. And since you are in the bioluminescent zone, a full hazard suit is highly recommended because you have toxic mushrooms around here. I also recommend a light pet to keep Nameless at bay. But yeah, when you come down in this cave, you're going to come down to this crater. So you're going to start at this ledge. You're going to see this little natural zip line going across. And you're going to drop down in here. You're going to see the cave, which I've apparently lost. There it is. Right down in here. And you're going to see you're going to see that orange crystal at the bottom. And then you're going to swim up. And you're going to be out on land this way. See the bushes. And when it comes to swimming down and out here, you can do it on foot. I would do it on a baryonyx just to be safe. And if you don't have a baryonyx, maybe if you don't have an aberrant baryonyx, do it on an aberrant sarco. Because sarcos, they swim pretty fast. Just to get you out here. Now, once you're in here, you're going to work your way. Let me see if I can find the path. There's a ton of metal in here, by the way. If you want to farm some metal. Let's see, where's the pathway? Oh yeah, it's this narrow little bit right here along the wall. You're gonna have to be kind of cautious with it, which is why for this cave, you're gonna need a rock drake. At least for this part of the cave. If you want to parachute it or try Cosmo or use climbing picks, go for it, but yeah, I would recommend not doing this cave until you have a rock drake. Use an aberrant baryonyx or aberrant sarco to get in, then cryo that puppy and throw out your rock drake. But you're going to drop down here. You're going to see there's this little path over here. It's kind of hard to get, you can kind of get squished in it. So, well, they have changed this. So you're either going to be on foot or on a small tame. You're going to need a rock drake to get out of this cave, by the way. So, and you're going to end up in this area with all these waterfalls. And you can see some of the bad stuff in the distance. Seekers. Now, I cannot remember if a nameless spawned in this cave or not. The safe answer would be yes, because we are in the blue zone. And nameless do spawn in the blue zone. So you're just gonna follow all this fungal wood. You're gonna have to deal with those seekers. They're gonna see your light pad on and they're gonna come after you. But you're just gonna keep following this path. Let's see. That you easily get turned around in. And then at this point, you're gonna start jumping. So zipline time, or glider suit time, or rock drake time. Actually, this is a good time for that rock drake. Pop out that rock drake at this point. And zoom around here. Don't go down there. Around here. So here's where we came in. Zoom around over this way, because that thing is literally pointing you in the direction of the artifact. So you're gonna go underwater again. So you're gonna need a scuba tank for this. You're gonna have some nasty stuff in here that's gonna shock you. You're gonna have some shocking surprises. By the way, jellyfish do spawn in here, so do be cautious of that. Is that a jelly? No, it's an angler. But jellies do spawn in here, so definitely have something that could take those out with you. Personally, I have actually done this portion with a carcanos. And it works pretty dang well. So, because carcanos, they know how to kick butt. But yeah, see? Here's a jelly right there. And you also have carcanos spawning in this cave too. What level is this one? 25. So, luckily, Aberration still favors the low levels. But you have all these seekers now. You can also get dung beetles from this cave too, which is a little perk. Now, you have your little respite here on land. And you're gonna go back underwater. You're gonna be underwater a lot for this cave. And you're just gonna keep following those pillars in the direction that they guide you. Seems to be a dead end. Yeah, that's a dead end. Let's see, we came from this direction. We saw it pointing that way. Is there a tunnel leading up? Looks like it's been changed a little. The artifact does not spawn underwater, if I recall. Ah, here we go. Yeah, you just keep heading straight. And apparently you have a Carcanos and baby. So, but yeah, be on the lookout for babies while you're here. And then you can get up to it on foot, but this is also a good point to pop. This is also a good time to pop that rock drake back out because, yeah, there's nasty stuff in here. But once you get that nasty stuff, you get this artifact of the shadows, and then you just go out the same way that you came in. Okay. Where is that mama crab? Mama Carcanos, where are you? There we go. Direction did we come from? It's really easy to get turned around in this cave. That's where we came from. That's the one thing I do not like about this cave, is how easy it is to get turned around. Oh, and you also have stuff that spawns in when you're not expecting it. So you're definitely gonna need to be extra cautious. So for this cave, definitely bring a rock drake, preferably one with high health and high melee. And here we are back at the 3 waterfalls. I believe the loot is somewhere on top of the waterfalls. Yeah, here it is. Oh, can we access it? Yes, we can. What do we have? Iguanodon saddle, Megalania saddle. Okay. So yeah, this is where you get your loot, but yeah, after you've gotten that artifact, you just head out the same way you came in. Past the frogs, past all the nasty stuff. We go in the loop. No. We did go in the loop. Yeah, that's right. It is very easy to get turned around in this cave. That is the one downside of this cave, is that it is so easy to get turned around. Yeah. Yep. You got turned around. Yeah, that is the downside of this cave. It's just how easy it is to get turned around. No, we don't want to go that way. We want to go this way. Whatever way this way was. Yes. There we go. See, it's so hard. Find your way out of this cave. Okay. Now we are out of here. Now bust that rock drake back out. Make your way down in here. Back up this way. Bam! And you are free to watch Aberrant Megalosaurus get stuck on nothing. Yeah. So now, let's move on to the next cave, which is the perhaps on the difficulty scale, whereas the first one was a 5 out of 10, this one was an 8 out of 10, the next one is probably a 9.9 out of 10. And you're gonna see why. Okay, you thought things were hard before, now they are really getting hard. They are extreme. So what you're going to do is come to this location for the third and final artifact. 80.846.5 for the artifact of the Stalker. Now what you're going to want to do is have a rock drake and a light pet, because you're going to be doing a buttload of gliding in this cave to avoid all the nasties below you. But there are a butt ton of seekers in this cave, so be wary of that. Also, that right there is not water. That is molten element. That will one-shot you. So when you come into the cave, you're going to want to go through this way, and once you get to about here, hop over here to the right and stick to the right until you eventually reach this waterfall. You're eventually going to reach this waterfall. Once you reach this waterfall of molten element, you're going to glide across over here to this area that has a bunch of nasty stuff on it too, so you're going to want to be on the wall, and you're going to want to slowly and carefully work your way. Let's see, where was it? Okay, waterfall. Work your way over here, because the artifact is over here. Slowly and carefully work your way over here. There is a very dark area that you're going to go through. This right here, all this darkness. Let me guess, the artifact hasn't spawned in yet. Of course it hasn't. This cave just doesn't like me. Why is this cave not like me? It's gonna be at the top of a cliff, and there is going to be an opening, and there is going to be nasty stuff guarding it. And it is not very dark either. Is it? I swore it was one of these cliffs. And you have no guiders like you did in the Cave of the Shadows to help you out with this artifact. You are winging it. Where was it? I can't find it. It's hiding from me. Artifact. Dude. Trying to help people out here. They can do rock. They can fight Rockwell. Here it is. Okay, here's the coordinates for it. 91.6, 51.4. So once you're in the cave, make it to those coordinates. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. You're going to have a bunch of nasty stuff to fight. But you're going to drop down afterwards. You're going to drop down again. And you're going to find the waterfall. And then just follow the river out. So it's that simple. Like, you don't have to go over and hug the right if you don't want to. You can stay over here. But I'm just telling you, if you stay over here, you're going to have to deal with a lot more bad stuff. Whereas if you just go over, down, to the right, you know, you can dodge some of it. So anyway, but yeah, that's the cave guide. I know this last cave was a bit tricky, but this one always is. It always trips me up every single time. So anyway, I hope this video does help you out in some miraculous form. If it did, let me know down in the comments. If it did not, well, then I don't know what to tell you. Other than good luck. How can I get out of this cave? I would like to get out of this cave, please. I would not like to spend the rest of my life in this cave. I would like to leave. This cave is giving me a hard time just for showing people how to navigate it. It's like, oh, we're gonna give you a hard time about it. Yeah, really, cave? Oh, watch me escape you. Or maybe not. Dang it, it took me forever to find the artifact, now it's taking me forever to find my way out. I'll get out of here eventually.